everyone. Assalamu alaikum to all my friends here in Egypt. This is video number 2 with love from Cairo. And so I'm here to talk to you guys about quarantine in Egypt. So as I stated in my first video, my name is Lindsay. As you can see behind me, I teach for VIP Kid on the side. As I said, I live in Cairo. I live in a little sub-community called Maadi here in Egypt. And it's inside Cairo. I'm a music teacher at an international school. Shout out to all the music teachers. And I'm here to talk to you about quarantine. So I'm currently on day 4 of a 14-day quarantine that was mandated by my school. So the reason I'm in this quarantine is because last week was our spring break and I was having brunch with some friends. A friend of ours just came back from Poland and wanted to hear all about her trip because she went with a group of students from the school. So we met her for brunch, and in the middle of brunch, she got an email from our school stating that Poland was moved to a CDC level 3 country, meaning it's a high-risk country for COVID-19. So what that meant is she had to go into a 14-day quarantine, and we were all sitting there at lunch going, what do we do? Because here we are as well. So we emailed the school, we let them know, we met for brunch, we're sharing food, we're sharing drinks, what do we do? Anyway, so the school emails later that evening saying we must also be in a 14-day quarantine. So here we are. So this is day 4. I would like to talk a little bit about quarantine life. For me, it's not so difficult. I am a homebody. I love staying home. I've always kind of been this way. So I find myself just making lists of little tasks that I can do to keep myself busy, such as like, here's yesterday's list. Yesterday's list was put laundry away, start a new load of laundry, clean the bedroom, sweep, change our bed sheets, and do the dishes. I also have like other little spring cleaning type things, like I have a whole bunch of medicine that I want to sort through and throw away the things that are expired, or I have like a ton of makeup that I want to sort through and, throw away or donate the things I don't use anymore. What I can suggest to those of you who are going stir crazy, especially if you have kids, is try to find some movies to watch. I know Frozen 2 is out on Disney+. I know that there are plenty of online resources available for your children. As a teacher, I know that I would recommend taking those like virtual tours of different museums. Like, that's awesome. Do that. It's so cool. For those of us who don't have kids, like I do not have kids, I have a little fur baby. You might hear her bark, but otherwise I don't have children. So I am thinking about maybe my future travels once all of this kind of slows down, maybe in the fall or winter. I know I'm planning to come home and visit my family. My family's from Oklahoma, so I'm trying to figure out when is the best time to go home and visit them. And then, so what are we going to do? What are the plans? So maybe that's something you can think about doing too, is planning for the future. Or maybe now is the time to think about doing exercises or getting fit. Any way you can think of. Just remember that staying inside the house can kind of take a mental toll on you. So keep your mental health up. Try to do the best you can to stay healthy. And of course, if you need to reach out, please do so. I'm happy to help if I can in any way. And I'm sure there are many counseling services available online if you are also in quarantine. So I want to talk about what's happening in Egypt in terms of COVID-19. I don't have all the information, but I do have quite a bit. So today is March 18th. And as of yesterday, March 17th, in Egypt, we had 196 cases. And those are also recovered cases, new cases, and the like. It's kind of a mix. We've also had 4 deaths, but the country is really working hard to make sure that the citizens are protected. I know that the army has been out sterilizing the streets. I don't have a lot of information on that, so I'm not going to go deeply into that. Also, I'm not going to get political. I know that several people have so many things that they want to say, or have their opinions they want to express, but I just want to give kind of the details. I'm not spreading any false information, just the details I have available to me. I know that the Egyptian government is trying their best to make it as safe here as possible. So the first thing that they did was last weekend. They suspended schools for 2 weeks. So I'm a school teacher. I teach music currently. I'm out until March 28th. There is some speculation that we might be out longer. I'm assuming that call will be made in the future, not in the near future. They are also limiting the amount of government officials who are in a working capacity. I know that they're sanitizing as many tourist destinations. I read yesterday that the Red Sea resorts, all resorts on the Red Sea, were going to be quarantined and sterilized for the next 2 weeks. I know that Egypt has stopped all international flights out of Egypt and into Egypt, which as an expat can be a little bit concerning because I feel a little bit trapped. Like I'm used to being able to leave when I want to. Of course, I'm quarantined, so it's not like I can leave anyway. But it's that feeling of no freedom. So that's a little scary. Just not being able to get on a plane and go home if I want to. I know that the Egyptian government is closing or has closed the metro stations, so the subway system has been closed for sterilization, which I think is great. They're limiting the number of gatherings. So the Egyptian culture is very social and very involved. So large groups is a very big thing. It's a very popular thing here, like on the streets and the cafes and the restaurants. And so the Egyptian government is limiting the amount of groups to 10 people or less. And I'm hoping that's successful. I can't leave the apartment, so I can't justify if that is or not. I know that there are many other measures that the Egyptian government is going to take care of its citizens. For example, women are being allowed, government workers are being allowed to stay home. Maybe all workers, I'm not sure, are allowed to stay home and take care of the children because children are out of school right now. A lot of nurseries are closed and daycares are closed, so the kids have nowhere else to be but with their parents. I know that Egypt has just developed, I think just like the US, kind of like a relief package. So if you are hitting hard times because of COVID-19, they've got a repayment plan that has no interest. I don't know all the information about that because it doesn't apply to me. And I know that a lot of companies are asking their employees to work from home. So I'm actually working from home every day from 10 to 2. I have to be online and accessible by my students from Sunday through Thursday. I know my husband, he's going to be coming home, be working from home starting on Sunday. For those of you who don't know, our work week is from Sunday to Thursday because it's an Islamic country. So Friday is the holy day. So Friday is... In the Western world, we go to church on Sundays, and here in the Islamic world, they go to do a very special prayer on Fridays. And so the Friday and Saturday are the weekend here. Anyway, so that's what's happening here in Egypt. I don't have more information than that because I don't want to be part of spreading any false information. This is just the information that I've gathered. So if you have any questions or you want to say a comment to me, please do down below. And thank you so much for watching my channel. Masalam.